Welcome back to more Pikmin with Hugo the Icy Fire. Last time we crash landed on an unknown and uncharted planet. And already on the first day we found one of the missing ship parts and it allowed our dolphin spaceship to take off once more. But not towards home. I suppose we can't escape this planet's gravity field quite yet. So to say. Except we do. Anyhow, before I get the technicalities mixed up, let's go on and explore the next area of this game. The Forest of Hope. And believe it or not, this is the stage which we were stuck at as kids for probably the longest time. For some reason. My dolphin has returned to the surface along with the Pikmin's onion. Being alone on this strange planet makes me somewhat uneasy, so I shall call the Pikmin out of the onion. All I need to do is stand in the light beneath the onion and press A. So let's do just that. Take red Pikmin out, hold down on the left stick, and we will do just that. And now the game starts for real. You see that white wall made of wood over there? The Pikmin can work on it to break it down. So this is the point where experienced players already will try to do their best with time management. Because, yeah, you know, they want to show off and all that. Feel accomplished for doing well in the game. But right now there isn't much we can do because this wall is standing in our way. So you might have noticed I threw some Pikmin to work on those small patches of grass there. Another intriguing discovery. A local variety of grass produces a sort of yellow nectar. When the Pikmin drink this delicacy, they instantly mature into flowers. This apparent Pikmin ferret seems to be full of nutrition. Closer observation is needed to determine the strength and peculiarities of these flower Pikmin. Yes, because flower Pikmin, they are much faster than leaf Pikmin. And why is that beneficial? As I said, time management. When carrying stuff back to base and stuff like that, they will walk a lot quicker. However, their attack power will not decrease, it's only speed. And the thing is, you will also notice is that eventually the leaf Pikmin will fall behind as we move forward. The flower Pikmin are able to keep up with us. So we don't have to wait for them, essentially. Now let's take our squad over here, and this is our first enemy. A dwarf red bulborb. They are of the small enemy category, and usually, for these guys, you can instantly kill them if you manage to toss a Pikmin right on top of them. Insta-kill, like I said. The same with these flowers. Right onto the petal, or the head, and they're dead. That rhymes. There's a big guy over here, but thankfully he is fast asleep during the day. So he is no threat right now. We want to get these guys to work on that, I think. Because I will somehow... I will somewhat play this game in a speedrunning approach. I will try to do everything as fast as possible, of course. But I'm not going to strain myself too much, because overall... this is a fairly relaxing game if you know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing. Because people can definitely debate that this game has not aged quite well in terms of certain aspects. One of them being the AI, just throwing that out there. But it was pretty clear that they tried doing their best, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get our numbers up. Aim, fire. Okay, we only have a few of this. Can we still do this? Oh, shoot! When a Pikmin screams like that, that means they have been caught into their mouth. And it is only a matter of seconds before they get consumed completely. So try to kill the enemy before that happens. Because losing Pikmin can be one of the most emotionally devastating things to happen in this game. Probably. Depends on the type of person you are, I think. Pretty much. Are you guys done yet? Good. So let's make these guys work on carrying this back. But only up to 20 can carry it, so we have one straggler here, so to say. Okay, he can go and fetch this, I think. So there are a set amount of ship parts to collect in this area. And I'm going to throw this out right now. It is very possible to beat this game by collecting all of the ship parts in an area in a single day. So the fastest possible time to complete this game in terms of in-game days is 6 days, I believe, if I'm counting correctly. It is quite insane, but it does require some glitching and tricksing. Still pretty darn cool. Are there more nectar, or did we suck it all up? Yeah, I think we did. Okay, now our battalion is growing quite strong. So the strategy for this guy: get a large number of Pikmin and use your C-stick to command them towards their butt. Yes! Insta-kill. 1, 2, 3. No, let's leave him alone for now. Yes. Why it's the Eternal Fuel Dynamo? Why it's the Eternal Fuel Dynamo? It has an unlimited energy supply. I won't have to worry about saving electricity anymore. This will make my fight for survival a bit easier. Why don't we have something like that? Come on, world. The Nobel Prize is just waiting for you. Okay, now what? Okay, let's just tag along with these guys. So that we may call them back to our squad right away. Because Pikmin aren't quite smart enough to come back to us from a great distance. Oh well. Eternal Fuel Dynamo. This should light things up. No more candles for me. I brought candles. I have now recovered 2 out of 30 parts. If I can find just 3 more, I should be able to increase my ship's capabilities. And what that basically means, to be more precise, we need 3 more parts before we can advance to the next area to explore. But there are more than 3 parts left in this area, I believe. So just because we can move on to the next area, that doesn't mean this place is finished. Let's mow down these flowers too, because we're gonna need it. Let's take care of this guy by another... My clock has indicated the coming of noon. From now on, I must pay close attention to the sun meter on my monitor and choose my actions accordingly. So it is best for me to review my monitor's data. Across the top of my monitor are the sun meter and day display. At the bottom are my spacesuit damage meter and Pikmin gauges. From the left, these numbers reflect Pikmin under my command, Pikmin in the field, and total Pikmin, including those in the audience. As the Let's Player host explained in the previous episode, but anyway. To adjust my monitor, I can press L to rotate the camera. Just a reminder of the camera controls, okay? Fine. And that's another thing. As enemies take damage from Pikmin, they will try to shake Pikmin off. Because a typical attack strategy for Pikmin is to jump and latch onto enemies. When Pikmin are latched onto enemies, they can't really eat them, you know. And that's when the enemies might will try to shake them off. Yes. So when Pikmin get shaken off like that, they might get demoted back to leaf Pikmin, which just sucks if they are flowers. The color is different, but it seems to be a Pikmin nonetheless. First glance suggests this one has what, in some circles, could be considered very large ears. It looks like it may weigh less than the others. In what other ways might it be different from the red Pikmin? No matter. They are obviously quite similar, so I shall call this one a Pikmin as well. Olimar also mentioned the clock up there. At the end of that represents when the day will end. And it seems to depend on what version of the game, but each day cycle in this game seemed to range around between 13 and 18 minutes. So you can expect these videos to be at least that long, I believe. Let's get the yellow numbers up, because we're going to need it right now. Okay. Let's pick up 3 of those, I believe. Because yellow Pikmin, as you may have noticed already, but they can be tossed pretty far up in the air. And that will be useful to reach hard to reach places for certain parts. But yellow Pikmin also have the ability to carry these peculiar small rocks. The yellow Pikmin have picked up some peculiar stones. Why did I decide to grab them? This action seems to be instinctive to the yellow Pikmin. But just what are these strange yellow stones? Brightly glowing cracks cover them. Perhaps these cracks indicate that there's tremendous power locked away within. This merits further research. And by research, what better way than direct testing and experiments? Use rocks to mow down stone walls. The glowing rocks the yellow Pikmin picked up seem to be explosive stones. Perhaps they know that these stones can be used as powerful weapons. The bomb rocks are dangerous, so I must take care when using them. But I should be able to blast open the stone walls that block the pathways. I may even be able to use them against some of the wild creatures. Yep. I must be vigilant. Pikmin I dismiss by pressing X to bring their bombs. When I call them back, Pikmin I throw, pressing A, drop their bombs when I call them back. Keep clear of the explosion. When I touch Pikmin directly, they keep their bombs and fall in line. Definitely want to keep those control schemes in mind. Yeah. So, as I said, stone walls can only be taken down with bombs. You cannot bang your heads against them. You know, there is being stubborn, and then there's being an idiot. And being an idiot in that case is by banging your head on the wall. Isn't that like a typical expression for occurrences like that? Are there more bombs in there? Let's see. So my quote-unquote speedrunning strategy for... No, there are only 6, huh? Okay, but then let's go over here. So a quote-unquote speedrunning strategy is to get as many things open as possible. And for that, we are going to need the help with bomb rocks. Okay, good. Pick that up, please. I guess that's all of them. So we have a lot to work with. We have a lot to work with right now, which is a good thing. We are gonna dismiss these guys for the time being and take care of some enemies. Oh, I could have done that. I'm such an idiot. But there's another ship part right there, yeah. But these guys coming out of the ground are called shear grubs. Or shear grubs, yeah. They come in different colors and you can tell the gender. The white ones are females and the black ones are male. The male ones are the hostile ones. They have big mouths which can crush Pikmin. Let's get this thing right here. It's my whimsical radar. With this, I'll be able to see all nearby ship parts in a single glance. I just press Y to check it. This find fills me with great hope. That there will bring us the map. Okay, let's first take care of the little guy, I suppose. Good, good. And now we should have enough to just instantly kill this guy with a good bomb rush. Go, go, go. Go, good. Okay. Now with that the business taken care of, you guys can get to work on this wall right here. What? So you may have noticed that that peculiar wooden wall is dark. Dark walls are typically much stronger than white walls. So we want to keep that in mind. Let's get these guys out of the ground before the end of the day. Can we get one more ship part, including that whimsical radar? Whimsical radar. This supported part can detect the locations of the other missing parts. The radar will be added to my monitor, which I can press Y to view. C-stick zooms in and out. This will surely help me in my search for the remaining parts. So now if we press the I button, we have access to the map. The colored dots there, those are the red Pikmin. But if you see green dots, that means they are Pikmin in the ground. Pikmin in the ground cannot be killed by enemies, by the way. Okay, let's just go ahead and get those guys. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this wall is tough. I have made yet another Pikmin-related discovery. Just when I was about to exceed 100 Pikmin in the field, the onion stopped expelling seeds, yet the total number of Pikmin continued to climb. It seems that once there are 100 Pikmin in the field, subsequent seeds get stored inside the onion. Thus, no more than 100 Pikmin can be in the field at one time in any area. Which could be useful because if Pikmin grow up and sprout inside the onions, well, you know, you don't need to spend time plucking them out. And, oh, how many bombs? Damn it, I only have... My clock is indicating the approach of sunset. Pikmin waiting beneath the dolphin. Pikmin waiting beneath the dolphin and onions will probably enter the onions on their own. But if I don't call the stragglers and add them to my group, they may not be able to get back. I am sure that the Pikmin still planted are safe, but I'm somewhat concerned about leaving Pikmin to fend for themselves in the darkness. Yes, indeed. So I'm just going to do something neat, I think. A speedrun strat, if I can even pull it off. There are a few over there. Other than that, everyone seemed to be back at base. Okay, stay back, you guys. No, I can't do that yet, because it's not over there. Okay, let's... what to do? I can't, do I... Okay, let's pick up the... That's what happens sometimes. Let's just use this guy on this one. Shit. Let's call upon these guys, just in case. Bip, bip, bip. Okay, let's see how far they can make it. Let's go. Well, unfortunately we did not manage to pluck out every single one, but oh well. We got some of the paths open. Wait! What? We did leave someone behind. But where? If he was on the map, I'm gonna be mighty disappointed in myself. It appears that many of my ship's parts have landed in this region. If I can just recover the parts of my radar, I should be able to use my radar screen. Huh. Okay. How that will improve my chances. Then I'll only have to press Y to look at which we just did. But again, didn't seem to expect us to find it. Yet, there seem to be many hostile life forms here. If I am attacked and my spacesuit takes damage, I must return to my ship, stand in front of it and press A to make suit repairs. As I explored, I must pay attention to my suit's damage meter in the bottom left corner of the screen. $18! We left behind 18 Pikmin, and all of them were yellow ones. Where could that have happened? Where? Oh my god. I'm not sure whether You know what? No, let's carry on. Life is too short. Because I was contemplating about doing a new take. Whatever. So with that embarrassing moment, that's a day. See you for the next one. Bye bye.